It's Thursday. We made it finally. Almost the end of the week, almost Friday, weekend, and all of that. Thank God we made it. How are you guys? How are you folks? Hope you guys are doing well so far. All right. Um, hope that your day was complete and all of that. Hope your belly full and you're just sitting down watching TV, watching your phone, and want to hear something constructive and want to hear a good content. Well, here I am. Come on in. Bring everybody in, long as they're over the age of 19 and over, 21 and over, please and thanks. Now, remember I say to you guys, so much men is going to end up in sexual assault situation where they have to sell their stuff, pay lawyers, or go to jail. So we have a bag of things to talk about today, rather, and a lot of things to talk about. Lots of topics in one big content. So who is on our mind today? Who shall we talk about today? Who made it in our thoughts today? Well, the game, the rapper. Say who? The game, the rapper. Okay? So we're gonna come and speak about this situation. I'm not sure if you guys knew that he was in court for a sexual assault situation way back, and he didn't show up in court. So basically, the judge orders him to sell his Calabasas mansion and pay the victim. Could you imagine that you decided that you're not going to court, disrespect the court basically, and now you end up have to what? Sell your mansion. Okay? So happy Thursday. Every moment is a fresh beginning. Okay? All right? So have a beautiful day when this Thursday finish, because tomorrow is Friday, and wherever you are in the world, possible it's Friday on your end. When it comes to my end, it's almost about half an hour more, excuse me, or so, for it to be Friday. All right? So let's get into the content. I am going to read to the best of my ability. So please listen and thank you for lending me your ear. So let's get into this story or this content, so to speak. Judge orders rapper The Game to sell his Calabasas mansion to pay sexual assault accuser. Say who now? The judge orders rapper The Game to sell his Calabasas mansion to pay sexual assault accuser. Oh no. Oh my. Wowzers. Yikes. Move over game before you end up sitting beside R. Kelly, almost Puff Daddy, almost Shannon Sharp, and here comes the game right in line, filling that gap of selling his mansion. So let's go down deep into the sauce, into the tea, into the people and business, right on in the content. Rapper Jason Terrell Taylor, better known by his stage name The Game, has been ordered to sell his multi-million-dollar Southern California mansion to pay back a woman who accused him of sexual assault. Mighty of Gibraltar. Mighty God we serve. I hope you guys are hearing me loud and clear. Say what now? Let me repeat that part so we could continue reading on. Okay? Rapper Jason Terrell Taylor, better known by his stage name The Game, has been ordered to sell his multi-million-dollar Southern California mansion to pay back a woman who accused him of sexual assault. Taylor, 45, was sued in 2015 by Priscilla Rainey, who alleged that the rapper inappropriately, touched her during the production of his VHI reality series She's Got Game, on which she was a contestant. Oh no. Mighty God, we're looking. If you're not busy, come and sit right here to listen on here. Oh. The hate it or love it rapper denied the allegation but failed to appear in court for the 2016 trial. So what did I say to you prior? That this was an allegation happening for a while, but this guy disrespect the courthouse by not showing up in court or not even hiring a lawyer to show up for him or get someone of that sort to represent him, of that sort to set a date, to ask for more time, to show the court some more time or some kind of respect, that you understand that there's some kind of situation that basically now end up that you got to sell your mansion. So failure to go to court and from 2016, you all, he has to come up now to sell his mansion, his California mansion. Okay? All right? You know, when you don't go to court, the person who's suing you wins by default. Wins by default. See you, sayonara, bye. You didn't show up. So the person who is suing you will win. Same as if you're in court and it's a civil matter or it's a criminal matter or it's a traffic matter. Once the eyewitness or the victim don't show up, or the cop, then you walk. You go about your business, right? So let's get in down to it some more into this gravy and into the pot. The hate it or love it rapper denied the allegations but failed to appear in court for the 2016 trial or any related hearings. Oh my. Leading to a default judgment. What did I say, you all? Rainey was awarded $1.13 million in compensation damages for the alleged assault and an additional $6 million in punitive damages. No, sir. Mama. Whoa, whoa. Sweet chariot, sweet chariot, we shout. Seriously? So who could have some big mansion and you don't send a lawyer to represent you? I guess he never took this one serious at all. Say what now? So let's repeat ourselves like a broken record. The Hate It or Love It rapper denied the allegations but failed to appear in court for the 2016 trial or any related hearings, leading to a default judgment. Rainey was awarded 1.13 million in compensation. And I could say compensatory damages for the alleged assault. Remember, this man, the game never came and defend himself. So we don't even know if the story is true or no, yay. We don't even know if the story is true, is yay or nay. There was only one side to it. One side was the alleged person who alleged, okay, Priscilla, her name is, Rainey, who alleged while she was on the VHI reality series, she got the game. She was a contestant. He sexually assaulted her. Okay? She was awarded 1.13 million in compensation damages for the alleged assault and an additional 6 million in punitive damages following years of Taylor failing to make payment. So not only that he never showed up to defend himself, not only that he never showed up to none of the hearings to ask for more time, to ask for hardship, to show some kind of respect to the court, none of that sort, but he also failed to make the payments, almost like the lady saw situation. You failed to pay the lady for the dog bite, now you gotta sell that house to pay for the dog bite. This is sexual assault, the big game, the big game, who have his own little series going on. Yeah, you, yeah, him, write yourself on the sexual assault tree. Hold on to the tree branch, let go to the tree branch. Hold on to the tree branch, let go the tree branch, like literally. Because remember who's already up in the tree? R. Kelly, Puff Daddy, Puff Diddy, and Sharp. Shannon Sharp is right up there almost. And now here comes the game. Seriously. So what did I say to you guys last time? Most of these men are going to go down in sexual assaults and they're not going to live to see their millions or their trillions or whatever they have. Only maybe the gold teeth or the chain around their neck. If that's maybe or not maybe. Seriously. So I say that to say this. Continue with the contents. Following years of Taylor failing to make payment, a judge approved Rainey's request that the West Coast rapper sell his Calabasas home in order to help finance more than 7 million judgment she was awarded. Oh no, Mamma Mia, Mama. Taylor fought back against the ruling, insisting that because the home is his primary residence, it is protected under the California's homestead exemption. Oh wow. Whoa. The court, however, found that Taylor does not have a qualifying interest in the property that would allow him to claim a homestead exemption. The filing added, therefore, the court does not reach the question of whether Taylor has met his burden to prove that he continuously resided at the property. Could you imagine? So the game never showed up to court. The game never hired a lawyer to represent himself in court. The game never come and tell his part whether he is sexual assaulter or not. Then when they rule against him because he never showed up at the final part, the final trial. The girl ended up getting almost 7 million in damages because of the so-called sexual assault on the VH1 series, okay, which she was a contestant. Imagine you come on a show as a contestant. You never get picked possible, or you never won because of being a contestant, but you walk away with $7 million in punitive damages and compensation for a sexual assault. That the game, who has managed to have a mansion that he doesn't really occupy, according to the courts, has to sell that mansion. Now sing with me. Da da dee, da da dum, ba ba bee, da da da. Shall we say that the game is donkey of the day? Could you imagine? Can you fathom that someone is charging you, basically bringing you to court for sexual assault, and you don't show up not even one time to none of the court proceeding, to the trial at that sort, and the lady who came on your show as a contestant won by default? People, go look up that story. See? It's because a lot of you at times maybe watch something else, you guys don't know what's going on. There's bigger stories out here to talk about, like these ones. So I came to shout it out before we get to our Friday story. Possible. Seriously. So you guys didn't know that they throw the game and hang him on the hanging tree of sexual assault, you all? Well, I'm here to shout. The game has to sell his mansion, you all, to pay his sexual assault victim or accuser. And we can't say allege. We can't even say allegedly, because the game didn't show up to court at all. When this was happening, from when you all, let me shout it out, way back in the waters, children, way back in 2016. Say who? 2016. Now sit quiet now and hold your foot up. And cross and put your legs over and cross your legs, whether you're a man or a woman. And say what? Really? So this case been happening from 2015 running on to 2016. And I thought the situation was already hashed out, finished, stick a fork in me, I am done. Seriously. And it wasn't at all. So here comes Priscilla, a contestant who went on the VHI reality series. She got game, end up walking with 7 million, now ready to walk away with this mansion. Oh no. Anyhow, so after she was awarded the 6 million in punitive damages following years of Taylor failing, which is the game, to make payments. A judge approved Rainey's request, which is the contestant, which is the accuser, that the West Coast rapper should sell his Calabasas home to finance the 7 million judgment that was awarded to her by default, because that this man didn't show up to none of the cases, none of the case dates, or none of the hearing, I should say rather. Okay? I say that to say this. So she won her case, and now they say that he has to sell his mansion, like right now. Okay? So that's what they order him to do right now, to sell the mansion for a sexual assault situation that arises in 2015. All right? Okay? Um, he fought back, insisting that he lived at the home. The judge said, nope, you don't live at the home. He's trying to use a law called the homestead exemption. The judge said, nope, that law don't belong to you, basically. You don't live there, basically. Because you know these people are doing their research. Maybe this guy don't know. They maybe send people at the home, by the home, to see who's there. And maybe, the mansion just sit down here like some of these dumb rappers that have some of these mansion that they don't live in there. They're paying so much taxes, they don't live in there and just wasting their money like jackasses. And when they end up in court system, they die broke, they end up into jail broke, and then their kids end up out here like they did these children, no mama, no father, and then just lost to the world. To be honest, because look at the big game. Why would you have a sexual assault case like this and you never fought from 2015, guys? And now you gotta sell your mansion. Huh? And my shop, if you carry on, you maybe end up in jail sooner or later. Because these sexual assault nowadays days have no statute of limitation. So you could end up in jail sometimes when you play with the courts and play with the victim. Right? Anyhow, I say that to say this. So the judge says, no, you're not protected under the California homestead exemption. The court, however, found that Taylor does not have a qualifying interest in the property that would allow him to claim that homestead exemption, like I said. All right? He was supposed to meet a burden to prove that he reside in the property, and he also failed. So this man failed to come to court, failed to pay the payments of the judgment that was rendered against him by default because he didn't show up at the day at the trial. And now he also failed to show proof, the burden, the preponderance of that he live at his own house. I never see a big jackass and a donkey of the day in my life. People could be so ignorant and stupid, and then you have a mansion on top of it. So you couldn't use one of those big credit card or some. Oh, Father God! Either you think you're invisible to the law, or maybe you just don't have no respect to our females, or you just feel like say he's the game. So who cares? But look at this now, because when it's time for you to clap back with the court, you're coming with the court, homestead exemption. I live here, so I'm not selling my house for her. And the judge found out, said, no, you don't live there. And the judge said, okay, show us that you live there. And the game couldn't even come up to show the court that he lived at his house maybe 90 days out of the year. Come on. There's 12 months in 1 year. And he's the game. So say he's on his own show and he's touring, and I'll throw all of those lies in it. Throw all of those white lies in it, that he's busy and he's working to feed his family. So most of the time he's not at the mansion. He's staying in hotels. Say that, okay. Right? But look it from the bird's point of view. I'm assuming that they went by the house and check and see, well, that man don't live there. Maybe through taxes, they realize that he doesn't even really live there. Maybe they even go look up to see on his gas bill, his water bill, and all of that, and said, oh my, the meter don't even move. You know how these people go. You know how these courts go when they want to get you. Who knows? These people could find anything that they want to find now, right? So this man didn't even have the burden and prove the burden that he lived at his own home. Big jackass. Let's continue. Big doyoy. Big dummy. Rather stupid. I can't really fathom this, but I'm not surprised. Sometimes people are very ignorant to the world and ignorant to their accuser who's accusing them of this situation. Anyhow, they told him that he got to sell the mansion. So that's what I came to basically shout to you guys. So I want you guys to hear this basically for you guys self. There's a short clippings of it, but when you read it, that's the long part of it, really. Okay? So I'm gonna let you guys hear part of it because at times you have to be careful what you play because you don't want a copyright strike, right? So let's get into this. Name The Game has been ordered to sell his multi-million-dollar Southern California mansion to pay back a woman who accused him of sexual assault. Taylor, 45, was sued in 2015 by Priscilla Rainey, who alleged that the rapper inappropriately touched her during the production of his VH1 reality series, She's Got Game, on which she was a contestant. The Hate It or Love It rapper denied the allegations, but failed to appear in court for the 2016 trial, leading to a default judgment. See? Rainey was awarded around $1.1 million in compensatory damages for the alleged assault, and an additional $6 million in punitive damages. After years of non-payment, a judge ordered The Game to sell his Calabasas home to satisfy the judgment. Taylor argued the property was protected under California's homestead exemption, but the court disagreed, stating he lacked a qualifying interest to claim such protection. The Game has consistently denied the allegations, expressing his frustration on social media and maintaining his innocence. Every girl on that show will tell you I never touched this chick or ever desired to be anywhere near her. She got kicked off the show, and as a result, she filed this lame lawsuit, which was probably her. So, she was a what? Contestant. And she never won through the show. I've been a contestant. She won, I've been. You touch me. And then he was stupid enough, like I said, ignorant enough, maybe against females. Bitter against females, possible, I'm not sure. This is just my humble opinion, you all. We're all here to disagree and agree. But the way he was so ignorant, the boy didn't even go to court now. You can't call that a man. Who, as a black man, gets charged for sexual assault, suing, civil, and you don't go to court, you don't show up. You know once you don't show up. Once you're served, you can't tell the court that you weren't served. So obviously, for them to go forward with the trial, forward with all of those dates, he must have to be served. If the court don't serve you, there can't be a set date. Let's be in our right minds right now. Let's think about courts, the way how they go about serving you. Once someone serve you, then the court, they go back to the court and say, yes, Your Honor, I served that person. Right? Then the court would proceed. Right? And then they will give you dates for when you should either want to settle it or pursue through trial. So he did either or neither. Ignorant to the fact that this girl was a contestant, and she said that, oh, he touched her inappropriately, and see there, she walked away with $7 million in damages because boy was ignorant. Rapper didn't care. Rapper said it was just a woman freaking out, basically, spazzing, crashing out possible in her feelings for the game. That's what he thought, and never showed up to court. So now he got to sell that mansion, hand over the money. And he got to be mindful because remember, sexual assault has no statute of limitation in most states. So I don't know what to say now. So he better be careful. Pay up this because look, didn't care to show up at court, didn't care to go to trial, didn't care to pay the payments, and now even failed to prove the boy live in his own mansion. So he's rich that he has so many homes that he couldn't even prove that he lived in his mansion for 30 days, even 30 days, 1 month out of the year. He even failed. That means that boy don't live in that mansion. Enough of these dumb ass rappers, sorry to say, sorry my French, usually you waste out their money. I don't know which person advisor give them these dumb advice that they should just waste out their money and buy these kind of mansions and they don't live in it. Because if you fail the burden to live in your own home, to have that exemption that you live there, that exemption, California exemption, that you live there, of that law that should protect you, basically, the homestead, the California homestead exemption, and he couldn't even prove that he lived there, then it tells you that this man just have that mansion, just wasting it. And maybe if you look in California, wherever that place is, so many homeless people, right? So I just have to just kiss my teeth and pass, literally roll my eyes and said, the black race waste all their money on nonsense. Why don't you rent the home? Why don't you not, you know what I mean? And then why don't you didn't even show up in courts? So these are the things that I'm talking about. Some of these people have all kind of cars, they don't even drive it. Some of these rappers, they have mansion 7, 10, 11, 12 bedroom. How many days is going to take you to sleep in all the rooms? How many years is going to take you for you to get used to one room? Like, get a life. Oh, the black race. Some people are rich, you see them outside with some dirty clothes and one pants, you think that they're broke, and when you go hide them onto things they have, but you will never know. What would possess some of these rappers to buy these things that they don't live in? He's not alone. So I don't know who was his advisor to tell him to waste his money, to pay the government more taxes for a place that you don't live, when there's so much poor people out there that you could have maybe donate, so many kids out there that maybe could you put in so much programs, like so many breakfast clubs and all of these schools. Oh. And when there's a problem, everybody come and talk about America's a racist America, and people not rich, and there's so many black folks out here have so much money like the game and them, and they take their money and buy mansion that they don't live in. People be like, oh, you're bad mind and you're jealous. It's not about it's look into that. Like, I can't phantom that. Like, there's no logics for you to buy a mansion that you don't live in. And obviously he didn't live in it because he couldn't show the judge the burden that he occupy that place. So now the judge say he got to sell it. And he was so ignorant to the fact, right? He was so ignorant to the fact that this girl was a contestant, end up on his show, and he didn't even say let him go to court. Remember, for the court to proceed, to even come up with punitive damages, you had to be served. If you're not served, the court cannot proceed. Okay? So I'm so disturbed and I'm so lost for words, but I'm not surprised. When you're ignorant to the fact and ignorant towards women, and you look at women like just a B, like a woman out here calling themselves B, then it tells you quite so. Okay? Anyways, guys, running on, so to speak. There's so many things I want to talk about, but I'm exhausted. Like, stick a fork in me, I'm really done. Like, I'm exhausted and I'm tired, but I just decided to come and give you guys a content because more time I'm trying to build my watch time at times on this channel. So more time for me to build the watch time, I have to come and talk for an hour and so, or do a live hour and so, or drop something of some sort. But I don't want to run with too much mix up on the channel. Okay, I don't want to run with all of that, to be honest. So I'm more to come with and speak about a content or a topic possible that nobody's not focusing on or talking about. All right. Anyhow, let's get into some more stuff, please and thanks. What else we want to talk about? Okay. No. There's something I wanted to speak about, but I think that one is very long and stuff like that. Okay, let's get to a British nursing student that was stabbed up multiple times by a uncivilized mutt. Let's get to that news, and then we're going to get to some other content. So let's get to news. Quick and fast, okay? News.
Now to shocking new details in the stabbing death of a British nursing student on Houston's South Side. Elizabeth Odunsi was killed just over a week ago.
And now that student's roommate, 40-year-old Chester Grant, is charged in her murder. He's being held on a $500,000 bond at the Harris County Jail.
Orko Meta joins us live from there. Orko, you've been covering this case for days, and you're now learning just how violent the stabbing was.
Yeah, Mia, we've learned that Grant is accused of stabbing Odunsi more than 24 times inside their apartment over an argument about his
24 times. How much made 24, guys? It was a guy stab up a female, her roommate. So before I continue to drop this, I'll let you finish to hear this. What do we always shout? It's always the one that you eat and drink with, live amongst with, dwell among with, is always the one to have their hands in your death. Then when we drop this other one before we finish, let you hear this. If you don't die by natural cause or from sickness on earth, look out for someone that you eat and drink with, a loved one or someone close to you, to have their hands in your death. Tread wisely, tread goodly, and be mindful on earth.
Now, Odunsi's family is hoping to move her body back to the UK.
I'm about to graduate, and I really wish I had this during nursing school because it definitely would have helped.
23-year-old Elizabeth Odunsi often posted videos like this on her popular TikTok page, detailing her time in nursing school after moving to the U.S. from the UK. This video of her
Okay. This is the sweet young girl. Young girl, not out here selling fronts. Say she's in nursing school, and the dirty, uncivilized mutt stabbed her. How many times? How many times? Let's continue. Oh no.
mentioning being 2 weeks out from graduation is the last post she made. It was uploaded just 5 days before Odunsi's life was cut short. Houston police say Odunsi was stabbed to death on April 26th inside her apartment on Goforth Street by her roommate, 40-year-old Chester Grant. Homicide detective.
Here is the uncivilized mutt. Okay? Let's continue.
Tell me the killing stemmed from an argument about his cat from days earlier.
Mr.
Grant, now charged with murdering Odunsi, appearing in probable cause court this weekend.
The allegations in this case allege he stabbed his female roommate 28 times, killing her over some disagreement over his cat. So this is an allegedly extremely...
Do we need to drag this out? Rated R. Horrific. Uncivilized mutt. 28 times. She was 2 weeks to graduate. Girl move away from UK to get some American education. Young girl, life just cut so short by an uncivilized mutt that think the cat is more important than the human. I'm attached to my 4-foot furries and children. My 4-foot kids, you would call them, but or pets. But at the end of the day, who knows? I wasn't there. This is alleged, but she's dead, so something transpired. The way we could see it. I'm assuming that the court had something 28 times. A little bit more, and let's move away from the uncivilized mutt.
murder with an extensive history of violence, which I find to be an extreme danger to the community.
A bandage seen on Grant's neck. Police tell me Grant tried taking his own life after killing Odunsi, stabbing himself at least 6 times, including in the neck. The judge also saying Grant has...
Horrific. We're just going to kiss her teeth and pass. So he stabbed her 28 times and stabbed himself 68 times and never died. So you see, he was an uncivilized old dog. See what I'm saying? So he stabbed himself 6 times and didn't even die. So I'm not sure if this is the devil or what, but 28 times he stabbed that young lady. So if you didn't hear about that story and heard about that, You heard about that over here first. Let's kiss our teeth and pass. Okay? So there's a lot happening in the world today, people. A lot. You know, and you have to be very careful of your surroundings and the people that you keep around you. We always say try to keep your circle small, but at times you don't even know what to do. So we shout out, where are we safe? How comes we're not our brothers and sisters keepers anymore? So the world around dread rather than red, rather than red, the way I see it. Moving on, let's talk about some stuff. It's 12 something my time, so we're not gonna drag out the time. Time waits for no one. And I'm a busy person, okay? And I can't sit on here and talk and talk and talk. But I'm here to give you guys a content on the Thursday. So let's get into some other topics right now, since we're running on from our content that we already spoke about. So, you know, we spoke about the game. The game had a sexual assault case. Whoever is running in, coming in. The game had us a recap. The game had a sexual assault situation from 2015 going on to 2016. Obviously, he was served. The court moved on with their date and time and proceedings. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, somebody, 1 second. At times, I'll mute you guys if someone in my home is talking to me. So if I mute you guys, sorry, guys. But anyhow, the court went on with their proceedings. The game decided to play hardball, didn't show up to none of the proceedings. The girl who was a contestant on the game show ended up alleged that the game assaulted her, sexual assaulted her. She went on to a civil court case. The game never showed up to none of the proceeding, nothing. She won by default, because once you don't show up in court, the person is going to win by default. And she ended up winning punitive damages, add up to 7 million. He still never paid that. He ignored the court some more. Now they told him to sell his big mansion and all of that. And his mansion is about a 2-bedroom acre. It's a big place. It's worth about maybe it's a big, it's worth a lot of money, guys. Like, I didn't get into to tell you guys how much money it's worth and stuff like that, but it's worth some good amount of money when it comes to his mansion and stuff like that. And I didn't want to really you know, get into too much of all of it, but it's worth a lot. The mansion, they claim, and now he has to sell the mansion to pay the damages that he failed to pay when it comes to the alleged accuser and stuff like that. Okay, so moving on anyway. So that's what it was. If you want to listen to the content, listen to it over. It's in the front part of the content. Moving on, guys, quick and fast. Okay, we want to talk about some stuff now. As you guys know, that Diddy, I don't know if you guys know that Diddy faced a setback, because Diddy's sex trafficking trial faced a setback as the key victim may refuse to testify, prosecutors admit. So they failed to locate victim number 3. Say who? They failed to locate victim number 3, you all. All right. So they failed to locate victim number 3. Not only that, this is the judge they claim that is on Diddy's case. They said that the judge is rocking, looking young. When the judges understand, the judge look like 45. But when the judge is coming into court, going into work, he look like a young adult, basically. So that's the judge that's on the case. Not only that, we get to understand. 1 second. Let me find the rest. Let me go in my thing here. 1 second. We get to understand, guys. Hold on. I'm coming with it. Give me a second. I'm coming. We also get to understand, where is it? 1 second. Oh. We get to also understand that the prosecutors understand are all white prosecutors, which I don't have it here, but we get to understand that the prosecutors are all white prosecutor, and one of them father is a federal agent. Okay, we get to understand. 1 second. So they claim so that's the judge on Diddy's case. All right, and they claim that there was a lawyer that talked so much in the Trayvon Martin case, mentioned that, and the judge heard that, and the judge was very upset. And the judge was basically saying, as a lawyer, why did he come out and make that kind of reference and stuff like that? That there's 5 white prosecutors and it's not a good look for Diddy. Okay? So not only that, the prosecutors or 5 white prosecutors, not only that, one of them, dad is a federal agent, they claim allegedly. Possible have friends linked to this case. I'm not sure. And not only that, the next big boo-boo, they cannot get a hold of accuser number 3. Okay? So running on. Don Lemon sister been struggling for a while in the hospital and she passed on. A few days, about maybe 2 days now, she passed on. So Don Lemon, if you guys care about Don Lemon, really and truly, his sister passed on, and you guys know his sister was one of those who always got his back. Okay? So I had to shout out that, so to speak. The founder of Elizabeth Holmes loses bid to have an appeal of a fraud conviction reheard. So this is the second time this lady is trying to appeal the conviction of the fraud. And imagine that you're a big CEO, you get charged for fraud. So how long you been doing this? So right now she loses all of her chances right now to appeal. Okay? Appeal her case. The founder Elizabeth Holmes arrived to begin serving her prison sentence for defrauding investors in the failed blood testing startup. Okay? And right now she's going at the federal prison camp in Bryan, Texas. All right? So she's supposed to be serving her time. This case wrapped up from 2023. And she appealed and appealed and appealed. And I remember it was going on from 2022. And yada, yada, yada. Now it's time for girl to go serve her time. So imagine from Ferraris, and I'm just being an ass rather, or good life, big nice handbag, CEO, pick me, and now you gotta sit down with all the criminals. Ouch. Moving right on. What else we gotta talk about? Little Dirk's lawyers demand jail release after feds refile case with watered down charges. So by removing his lyrics from the case, Dirk's attorney says prosecutors have effectively conceded that they presented misleading information to keep him locked up. I don't know what's wrong with little Dirk. He's almost like Kanye West. He can't catch a break or give himself a break. He's always in something, to be honest. I will shout out allegedly. Okay? Moving right on. All right. We want to talk about some other things. Is it this? No. We're going to come back and speak about this case. Smokey Robinson denies 4 housekeepers' allegation of sexually assault. The women have accused Motown star, people. Lord have mercy. God, take the pillow and give us the wheel. Guys, what did I say to you guys? That these men, most of these big men are going to go down into sexual assault. All their riches are going to end up in bail money, court money, victim money. And when they die like dog, they're going to die like Michael Jackson that they claim don't have no money. and they're gonna die like some propaganda, like the Michael Jackson story, that his own kid sue his own grandmother for money. Oh my. It's gonna go like the lady the other day that died and the family was fighting for the money. Maybe end up like the Wendy Williams situation where her family can get none of the money, but she has a guardian. Hey, the world is a wicked world, eh? When it's time for you to retire and sit down on your own money, here comes trouble. Here comes danger. Tam ta ta tam ta tam tam ta tam ta. Here comes trouble. Here comes the danger. Hey, I really had to sing that song because look at these people. I gotta make foolery, make a joke. Smokey Robinson denies four housekeepers allegation of sexually assault. The women have accused Motown star of sexually assault and employment violation. His attorney has called the lawsuit an ugly method of trying to extract money to do. Could you imagine? So we're gonna get into the story almost like they did the story another day. I don't got no more time to talk about it, folks. Okay? All right. What else we have to talk about? We also want to come back and talk about this one. Lord have mercy, guys. When I come back and talk about that case that I just spoke about, we're going to come back and talk about this one. Married LA Lakers legend sexually assault schoolgirl 15 in locked janitor closet. Oh, Jesus. People, they said this man, it was 38 years ago. And now the victim speak. The victim come now and said, hey, you raped me off. I kid you not, people. Okay? I kid you not. All right? LA Lakers legend Brian Scott has been accused of sexually assaulting a schoolgirl in a janitor's closet when he was young, married sporting star. Okay, guys? So I'm going to come back and detail this more story with you guys another day, but I'm only throwing out most of these things to you guys just to wrap up the content to give you guys almost like a whole content. Okay? Moving on. Guys, I forgot some more things. Now, guys, I got it here. 1 second. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Where is it? Now, guys. Where is it? Remember the hockey case that I spoke to you guys a couple days ago? Hey, baba da da dee da 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 da. People. In charge, cross-examination, defense suggests woman demanded sex with the Hockey Canada players. Oh, God. I can't breathe. What a stress in my left breast, some people would shout. People, remember the other day I told you that it's like a showdown in the hockey court where one of the victim was shouting at one of the hockey player lawyer, the victim, and she stormed out of court. Well, you know how these lawyers goes when they're ready to tell you that you're a liar. People, imagine that this lady is accusing these guys. Remember, what was the story? It was a hockey game. Everything was done. You know how you hang out after hockey games and stuff of that sort, couple days after or whatever. And they're ready to get their rendezvous on. And it was ready. Both of them agreed, basically. And when she went in the room, she says the whole gang came in, allegedly. So she's basically saying that he called his buddies, hey, pal, fresh meat, come and get some, allegedly. So she filed charges. It went to court, this and that. They were playing like basically Armstrong back and forth to the landing court. At one point in this case, you guys, the police had to come and apologize. If you guys were watching most of the content, you guys would know what I'm talking about. You guys would familiarize with whatever I said about the content. I can't repeat myself too much, people. I'm having tongue tie. I'm tired. So I'm not going to get back into all of it. But if you were watching the content, you will know what I'm talking about with the hockey situation. Nevertheless, people, I say that to say this. You guys know when it comes to hockey, hockey is one of that sports that it's very, very violent. And you guys know that, eh? Seriously. So obviously right now the trial is happening because of that so-called allegedly or alleged allegation of that sexual assault with the hockey players, okay? And they're right there looking at you. 5 of them was ready to get some fresh meat. Alleged allegation, says the accuser, okay? Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. So let's wait till this play out in court for me to come back and give you guys a conclusion of guilty, not guilty, hung jury, or a court deal, so to speak, running on. So right now, the defense team is saying, well, you said you want all of them. Look it. In charge cross examination, defense suggests woman demanded sex with the Hockey Canada players. Now we know players mean more than one. So he's basically saying that she wanted from all 5 of them. And it was nothing but no gang, nothing. And he never called the bodies. She just said, yep, I'm going to do it with you and all of your friends them. So the lawyer have no manners. The lawyer should charge with having no manners and no respect for a woman. And I'm just being sarcastic, people. You follow me? Kiss my teeth and pass. Anywho, anyhow, let's talk about some other things. Was it this one I wanted to speak about? So this is the LA Lakers guy that they claim say the little girl in the janitor closet. And the lady that they're talking about that he was married to, a prominent lady, is this lady. I just found the photo. So I decided to shoot that up because I'm wrapping up this live. Okay, guys? And all of that. Okay. Now, let's talk about some other things. We get to understand that Rihanna is having her 3rd baby, guys. So I had to come and shout out that, so to speak. So she's a number 3 baby. Now, people, all the way gone to Jamaica. Oh, look where we see now. All old girl Madonna in Jamaica, going on the most way with fear of hot crotches. And the young stud, Jamaican man, Madonna. Yo, I can't, it's just because I can't play the video. Madonna is going on with herself, with her young stud in Jamaica. But nobody came and beat Madonna. Madonna, you're too old to be rocking the cradle. And I'm just saying, just for words. Nobody never came and beat Madonna, but they beat Queenie. They beat everybody else, but everybody kiss teeth and pass. Kiss teeth and pass. The Caucasian icon. Kiss my teeth and pass, literally. How come, guys? How come you guys pass this and never say, Madonna, you're too old for the young stud in Jamaica? How come you guys didn't talk about that? Why you guys never speak about that? So I had to just literally kiss my teeth and pass. Madonna is rocking some guy, very young in Jamaica, they say. All right? So wrapping up this content, guys. I wanted to speak on something else of that sort, but I just can't recall if it was a video I wanted you guys to hear or it was another thing because I don't see it on my phone here or my device right here. But like I told you guys, Diddy, one second. Where is it? Because I don't want to play too much because I don't want a copyright strike, right? But it's supposed to be, I don't see it, but And next time anyway, I'm sure you guys got a little bit of content that you guys were really looking for. So I really don't want to drag it on too much, and I really don't want to play some things to really get a copyright strike. So I think that is enough, I would say. But I wanted to find that part where, how can I lose that part? I don't know why I lost that one, but let me see if I could pull up one thing so far. If I can't pull it up, then I will just leave it. Yeah, I will just leave it if I can't find it. Is it this one? Let's see. No, I can't see it. So I'm really gonna leave it. Okay, I'll come back another day and I'll make sure I have the other ones that I want to speak about. I think an hour is good enough for the content, guys. So I'm gonna run on. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. And all of that. Stuff like that. Happy Thursday, guys. Big up on a nice, clean self. And I hope you guys have a peaceful night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And a big up for coming to watch the content. A little bit late, but rather better than none, so to speak. So big up, big up. I appreciate you. And big thank you for those who come and watch the content when you can, whether you're at work, driving, going to school, occupying your time, cooking and all. Thank you for inviting me in your home and your devices. I appreciate it. And big respect for those who are always here, no matter the time. I really thank you and respect you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell, guys. From you guys hear how I sound, you guys know I'm exhausted, bro. To be honest, like, stick a fork in me, I'm really done, guys, to be honest. You know, and as soon as you put your head down, it's time to rise again. It never ends. It never stops. But, you know, and then for those who are having a happy birthday, guys, enjoy your birthday and enjoy it. It's almost over anyway. But if you're having a birthday going on tomorrow, enjoy that and big up your nice clean self. One more year upon them, okay? And for those who in my life, to the people in my life who make me smile, love me, support me, and bring me joy, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. And remember, I was saying to you guys that where is it? Oh no. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it, guys? Where is it? Now I can't believe this shit. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh no. Okay, I guess I lost it. I guess I lost it, guys. So I am going to leave it for another time. I thought I had it, but it's not here. I'm not going to kill myself. No fuss, no muss. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the content. I really appreciate it, eh? Anyways, guys, peace and love. And I catch you guys another time with a more stuff in the content. But for now, I am parched. Stick a fork in me. I'm really done. Peace and love.